So you remember the whole thing about if you're easily offended, get the out? I'll be like, here's the thing. I'm sorry I offended you, okay? But the fact that you are clearly sensitive means you should just leave. Just leave.
That comedian there was tossed around the N-word on his Carnival Cruise Line's comedic set. And when someone takes offense to you using racial slurs, the best response is to say, why don't you get the F out? Because that's funny. Oh, that's a good joke, guy. More details is because this TikToker who exposed this whole thing with this comedian for using this word during his performance on this Carnival Cruise Line, her name is Pamela Frillot. She says that this comedian, whose name is Rob O'Reilly, repeatedly used the slur before telling audience members to get the F out if they were offended. One of Frillot's recent videos shows a 6-second clip of the comedian on stage, but the video has no audio. There's a screenshot of that, and she wanted to point out what it is that he's doing since she didn't record that part itself. She'd been receiving some criticism of because, of course, people don't believe there's no way that a comedian used the N-word. There's no way he told you to get the F out because you didn't like it. So she had to explain why she didn't record that part. Let's watch.
Where's the video of him actually saying the N-word? So if you're familiar with comedy shows and stuff, when you arrive, they're like, oh, be sure to put your phone away and don't record anything, because that way they can, like, reuse the same stuff or whatever the case is. But you're not supposed to record anything at the comedy show. So of course we go in and we didn't record anything. So then as the show was going on, at some point, he just casually says the N-word. So then I'm looking at my friend like, wait, am I tripping or did he just say the N-word? So in the middle of us doubting ourselves, trying to figure out, did he just say the N-word? In the middle of us trying to figure out if he said it or not, he goes ahead and just says it again casually. And I'm like, oh, he did actually say it. So that's why there's no video, because it's like, you're not supposed to record. So we weren't recording until he said it.
Asked and answered. One more piece here, Max. I think, no, we don't have time for this part, but I do want to get your points. Maybe we do have a second after this, but everyone's been to comedy shows. Everyone's seen comedians have to deal with hecklers or people who don't like what they're saying, or even if it's not funny. We understand all that. Somehow we've crossed over into this realm of if you do something or say something that's not even funny, just offensiveness, because offense is funny. Then when someone takes that normal route of saying, hey bro, that's offensive, you say get the F out. That's funny? I'm still trying to figure out where the funny is.
Yeah, I mean, there's such a tendency among bad comedians to go for slurs and shock instead of, writing a funny set of jokes. I mean, the point is there's no joke in any of what he said. There's no punchline, there's no setup. It's probably the reason he's doing stand-up on a Carnival cruise ship. I mean, what's shocking here is that he's so defensive about it now. I mean, you can't just own that it wasn't funny. You've got to attack your audience, which is always a sign your set's going well.
By the way, he did get fired from his stint on Carnival Cruise Lines. All of his social medias apparently look to be taken down. I think is that a sign of the folks who doubted that this woman was telling the truth? He's eliminated himself from everywhere that he is. But I do want to go to graphic for you guys really fast. I know we're getting out of here, but I do want to show this isn't the first time. This is who Rob O'Reilly is. This isn't just posted right afterwards. Here's 4 of his tweets from the past, from dates of like 2010, 11, and in 13. He says, when I look at my fellow man, I don't think that guy's black or that guy's Puerto Rican. I think that guy's a felon. The next one. Did you know that 1 in 15 black men has HIV? That's pretty insane statistic. Every NBA team probably has one dude with AIDS. Rob O'Reilly's hilarious, you guys. Okay, we're done with this idiot. But it's obvious that it all matches with who he is. So obviously all of his things have been taken down and he's been canceled.
What a loss.